Hello and welcome to the 14th and last advanced BlitzPlus tutorial. In this tutorial I'll be showing you how to add save games to the RPG. If you missed the previous tutorials, check them out, otherwise you won't understand this and it won't make much sense to you. Now firstly, one thing I need to change, as I've found various little things as we go along. Go to the F next level function, and if you're like me or having 3 levels, then you need to change this if level is less than 3 to if level is less than 4 to do the next level equals 1, or how many levels you're doing, one above that. They both need to be the same numbers here. So before it was 4 and 3, but make sure they're both the same. One above the maximum, the last level you want. And then you change this one as well. Okay, now just a few pointers. Firstly, I have updated my maps so they are a lot better and they're more fun to play. All I've done is change the size of the maps. All you do is you change these numbers here and then make sure they match these maps. The program will suit itself to working it all out because that's how we set it up. And I also will increase the number of ammo to 100 because I think 25 is too little. And also each time you go on to the next level, I think you should get more ammo, so after it has the labels for the loading the new levels, it'd be a good idea just to set the ammo back to 100. Okay, now we'll make a new function for the save game. So after F next level, we'll create a function and I'll call it F save game, and let's put this at the bottom now. Now, what this is going to do is it will let you save the game and close it, and then when you open it back up again, you'll be able to load it back because it creates a file which it will load from. In most games, you'd have a sort of menu, but because this is just me showing you the basics of an RPG, I'll just be using the S button to save and the L button to load. If you wanted to continue this game on your own, various tasks I'll set you is to create your own in-game menu where you can save from, and also create items so you can pick up ammo and pick up health. I won't be teaching that, and I think you might or should be able to try and work that one out yourself. So let's create the save game. So we're going to say if you press the S key, then it will save. So if you remember, scan codes interactive, sorry. If you click on the S, scan code 31, so we do if key hit 31, and unlike when we're moving, it's key hit, not key down, because we only want to detect if you press it once, not if you hold it down. Then, now let's do end if. We're going to write a file, so we'll say save game equals write file, which is a command. Then in the brackets we can make whatever file name we want, so I'll call it save game, and then dot. You can have any file like .txt, .doc for a Word document. It won't be openable and readable, so don't worry about people changing the scores, but let's just, for the purpose of these tutorials, create our own file name called OrangeMoonNet. Okay, so this will create a physical file which you'll see in your documents, and into this we'll write int, which is writing in integer, which is a number. So into save game, which we've set up here as being this, which we've given the name save game. We're going to save the level. Now let's just copy this and we'll write more ints. We are going to save the score. We're going to save how much ammo you have, and we're going to save how much health you have. So let's do that. And now it will create a file, and now if we do if key hit 38, which is if you press L, then we're going to load this file. So saved game equals read file. So they're not the same. This is save game, this is saved game for when you're loading it. We're going to read this save game.OrangeMoonNet, and make sure when you actually run the game do not press the L before the first time you do the S, because otherwise it'll be looking for a file that doesn't yet exist because you haven't written it yet. But once you've clicked S once, it will always be there unless you delete it. And now we're going to load the scores to replace the current game score. So level will equal the integer that it reads first from saved game. So this needs to be in the same order as we wrote them. And then it will be score, ammo, and health. So it's just reading the integers. So score, ammo, and health. And then finally, when it changes level, it's going to have to load these other maps. It won't automatically do that if we just change the level. So what we're going to do is we're going to say, as long as the level that you've loaded now is bigger than 1, then we will say next level equals 1, so it'll load the level that you are going to. And also we're going to delete all of the enemies, so then when you go onto this other level, it won't keep the enemies from the last level. So for enemy.spider equals each spider next, and then we'll delete all the enemies, and we will make the enemy number equal to 0, and end if. Let's save this game and let's run it now. Oh, end function without function. I've missed the end if off there. Now let's run the game. Okay, so this is my first level. I've changed the default spawning tile for the spiders, so it used to be grass, but now it's the path or concrete. I've got the boss now. I'll just go around and defeat all these others. So as you see, I've updated the map, so it's a bit more fun to play. I'll just defeat all of these characters. Remember, this is fully customizable, so you can change all the maps, you can change your own characters, you can add more. You should be able to know how to. You should know how to be able to do that, as I've shown you. Now I'm on level 2, so this is why I made it concrete. There's the boss. Oh, there's 2 bosses. Because the good thing is I can run away from the bosses, but it's quite difficult, so it makes this game quite challenging. Okay, now there's 2 more I've got to get on this map. And let's go to get the final character on this map. And I'll just save it just in case. I'll press S in case I lose my score, because even if you're allowed to restart, but on the left level you'll lose your score. So now let's start to shoot at these characters. And now let's see, I'm on ammo 84, score 240. Now let's save. Now if I actually close the program like that, now if I run it again, it'll start at the beginning, but if I press L now, sorry, you see it loads this level and my score is 420. It automatically puts my ammo back onto 100 whenever you start a new level, so that's why I'm back on 100. And that is the save game, and this is my special map. So if you've been following these tutorials, thank you, and I hope you've enjoyed them. And I have one last thing, and I'll show you how to save this as a real game. So if I go into the folder where my file is saved, so I've got it all in a folder called OrangeMoonRPG, and here's the folder. So I've got all my different pictures and the Blitz file, and here's the save game file, which is why even when you rerun the program you can load your previous score. Let's make this seem like a proper game, so let's organize all the pictures in a folder. So we'll create a folder and we'll call it images, and if I click and drag all my pictures in here, now in my code, all I need to do is replace where it says load images, I put images and then I think it's /, and if you put this in front of all the images you load, it will be able to locate them, because it will look in the current directory it's in, or which current folder it's in. It will go into the images folder, which is inside the folder it's currently in, if you understand what I mean. So let's see, now I'll just do it for the spiders. Now let's see if it, see, it still loads the images even though they're in a separate folder, because it's just, you've indicated it by saving it in the images folder. And now let's save the program, and don't unclick the debug enabled, so now you just have your program window, you don't have the Blitz window open. And now we can save this as a proper game file that you don't need BlitzPlus to run, so you could send this to your friends if you wanted them to play your game. You click Program, Create Executable, and then you just say Save, and it'll compile it. Now in this folder you get this executable file. If you run this, try and run this. If I run this, it won't let me run this at the same time as the screen capture's on, so unfortunately I can't show you that it will run. But even if I delete these Blitz files, that Blitz file there, and close Blitz, I can still run it without Blitz. So you could zip up this folder here, and then you could send it to your friends. They could open it up and run the executable, and they wouldn't need Blitz. So that concludes my advanced tutorials, and I thank you very much for watching them all, if you did watch them all, or at least for getting to the end of this one, or even just skipping to the end of this one. I hope they've helped, and I hope they've given you some ideas. I hope you have a nice program that works, which you can improve now by adding items and all sorts of things that you should be able to do now. So thank you for being faithful. This is the last BlitzPlus tutorial I will be doing, and I've done them by popular demand. Please subscribe, rate and comment, and I'd love if you could post your own games as a video response to this. If you could screen capture them, that would be great, and I hope you enjoy playing your games. So thank you for watching and being faithful to OrangeMoonNet. Goodbye.